Hey everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Nicole. This is part 5. I arrive early to my economics class and smile to myself as I see nearly all the seats are free. There's always something really satisfying about being one of the first people to reach the class. You get your pick of the seats. You can watch everyone else pile in and silently judge them. I mean, I don't do that. Okay, maybe a little. But it's nice to be able to relax and not feel hurried to sit down. That's why I make sure to get to class early as often as possible. I don't want to be stuck in the pre-class traffic jam at the back. Ain't nobody got time for that. I take a seat near my usual area, toward the front, and near the center. I want to see everything that my professor is writing on the board, so this is the perfect place to be. Once I get settled and my bag's tucked away under my feet, I pull my laptop out and prep for class. It only takes a few moments, not that I expected it to take a while. All I have to do is pull up a blank doc, sit back, and then log into Roller. I don't have anything better to do. It couldn't hurt. I scroll down, admiring different pictures of clothes and scenery, when I suddenly reach a photo set that makes me want to groan. It's just a bunch of different pictures of Wonder Man put together, like totally harmless on their own, but it reminds me of that run-in I had with that one guy. What was his name? Kurt Madry? I asked Chandra about him when I finally got her shoes to her that day. He wasn't lying when he said he was the quarterback or when he claimed to be a freshman just like me. They call him some kind of football star, like a football prodigy even. At least that's what the other girls on Chandra's cheerleading team said. Kurt's apparently really popular in those athletic circles. That's cool and all, but it still doesn't make me like him. He was totally out of line when he was talking to me, and if I ever see him again, it'll be too soon. Crap, I got myself all worked up. I turn back to Roller in hopes that it'll settle me down, and it slowly works. More people start showing up in class as I web surf, and I briefly take notice before returning to my laptop screen. That is until I see him. I see Kurt freaking Madry waltz into the classroom, and my heart plummets into my chest faster than an anvil off a cliff. I pray that he's only lost or something. Please be lost. Please don't be taking the same econ class as me. Either way, I hunch forward to try and shield my face from view with my laptop screen. But let's face it, that's a lame disguise, and lame disguises never, ever work. Well, well, well. I can hear Kurt chuckle gloatingly to himself. Why is he even doing that? It's not like there's a prize for spotting me in this empty row. You're in this econ class too, Grave? Crap, I sigh. Unfortunately, it must be my lucky year then. I can't believe this. How could I not have known? Shouldn't I have vaguely recognized him when we first met? I didn't know you were in this class either. Where do you usually sit? Oh, today's my first time attending. Is that a bad joke? Nah, completely serious. Just didn't feel like it, you know? Figured I wouldn't have to. Did you know there's a test coming up? Like, soon? Which is why I started coming to class? Kirk points to his head as if it should have been obvious he had thought this out, and I can only stare at him, dumbfounded by his logic. I don't know what to say. You could invite me to take a seat. No. I'm so adamant about this, it's not even funny. Go sit in the back like all the other losers. Hey, Kurt Madry ain't a loser. He's a damn winner. Besides, I don't see anyone else sitting here. With a smug grin, he takes the seat next to me, and I don't even bother arguing the point. It's not worth causing a scene to make him move. I'll just ignore him when the teacher starts talking, and it'll be fine. I can do this. However, the moment I catch him glancing at my screen, I shoot him a glare. It's not that I'm particularly embarrassed of anything I have on screen for now, but it's just annoying. Don't do that. Do what? Look at my screen while I'm doing stuff. It's creepy. Kurt makes it a point to keep his position. He smirks at me and starts drumming his fingers against the table as if waiting for me to continue with what I'm doing. Go on. I just stare at him. He keeps drumming those fingers. We have reached a stalemate. You know, you seriously suck. Nah, Grave. I think you'll find that I rule. I don't have a chance to retort. Our economics professor enters the classroom and places his briefcase on the table at the head of the class. Man, I have never been so happy to see the teacher as I am now. I click out of the browser as the class begins and focus on my teacher as he begins his lecture. This guy explains a lot, so he tends to rush. I have to keep on my game if I want to understand what he's saying. But as the lecture proceeds, it's hard not to notice Kurt next to me. The guy has a notebook and a pen out, but it's like he's not even paying attention at all. Well, okay, that's kinda too mean to say. He does look like he's trying. He writes after our teacher talks, and I can see a few lines of the page he's scratched with notes, but he's definitely having a hard time keeping up. Well, if Kurt had came to class, he would have known how fast the teacher talks. Still, I do feel bad for him. A little. Alright, a lot. Sometimes I think I'm way too nice for my own good. Class ends and I silently sigh in relief. That wasn't so bad. I got most of the material down, and I actually understood it. Kurt, however, doesn't look like he's had the same luck. He leans back in his seat, and I can hear him tiredly groan under his breath. Everything okay? I'm hating myself for taking this class. I didn't know it would be this damn hard. Just try showing up more. Maybe you'll actually learn something that way? I take on a tone of lighthearted teasing, but Kurt looks very unamused. Geez, it was just a joke. Yeah, well, I didn't find it very funny, Grave. Kurt slams his notebook closed and reaches under the table to pull out his backpack. Do you, need this class? What are you thinking of for your major? I don't know, business? He says it so non-committally that I wonder if he just thought of it right now. Oh, then yeah, you definitely need this class. I'm only taking it for the GE requirement. I'm actually thinking of majoring in law. Law, huh? I didn't peg you as the type. The type? He better not be saying that I don't look smart. I had enough of that crap back in high school. The law type. When you think of someone going into law, you think tight suits and turned noses and stuff. But you're not like that. For one thing, you're way too sizzling, though hell, I bet you'd pull off the sexy librarian look real well. And you say I tell awful jokes. Being completely serious here, but whatever. What about me? Kurt does that thing where he gestures at himself like I should be honored to bask in his glory. Can you imagine this fine specimen of a man going into business? Trust me, I can rock a suit. Got the prom pics to prove it. I'll pass on the pics, thanks, but you in business? I take a moment to imagine it. Can I really see Kurt doing well in a business world? So you got your 3 options. There's sure, I guess, I don't know, and that's way too funny. I'm gonna go with I don't know. I hesitate and hum tentatively. I'm not so sure if Kurt will like what I'm about to say. I don't know if I can really see you doing business. You don't seem that into it. Maybe like a famous football player instead. Yeah, but businessman? I don't expect Kurt to like what I'm saying, but for some reason he seems excited by my words. You really think I could be a famous football player? I blink a few times, taken off guard by his seemingly positive reaction. I pictured him reacting a lot differently to my honesty. Yeah, I can. You're supposed to be our school's quarterback, right? I figure you've earned that somehow. It's not like I've seen you play, though. I'm only going by what I've heard. I'll have to take you out to one of our games, Grave. Send those debts to rest. No, thank you. I'm not too into the athletic scene. You're missing out. I love it. Grew up on it, actually. Kurt beams as he starts going into his story. I started playing football when I was just a kid, around the age of 8 or 9. Totally dominated the touch football league, and just made my way up from there. I got into this school through an academic scholarship. Scouts came to one of my big games, saw me rock the field, and the rest is history. Kurt waggles his eyebrows at me. You impressed yet, Grave? I ignore his question. There's something I don't understand. Wait, so do you like playing football? Like it. I love it. The feeling you get when you're running down the field, your eyes zero in on the ball, you get your hands in position. Kurt mimes the action, like someone just threw a pass from the other side of the classroom. It's freaking awesome. Gets you way pumped up. I can't get enough of it. Then why go into business? Kurt's the one who's surprised now. He looks at me like he didn't understand what I just said, and I repeat myself. Why business? If you love football so much, you're obviously really into it. Why not stick to it? There's a beat, and Kurt glances away to scratch the backside of his head. Going pro is tough. At least, that's what I've heard. You gotta keep your body in shape, and one single bad injury can end your whole career. Besides, my dad's big on business. Once I graduate, he can just hook me up with a job at one of his companies somewhere. Is that really his reasoning? I don't know if his dad really is some big hotshot businessman, but if he is, wow, spoiled much, Kurt? Kurt suddenly looks as if he's remembering where we are. The whole class is empty. We've seriously just been sitting here talking the whole time. Whoa, this place is deserted. I guess I got too caught up in our conversation to notice. It's surprisingly the truth, and Kurt seems oddly pleased by it. It's the Madry charm. Girls get a taste of it and they're hooked. Kurt leans in, eyeing me like a predator locked onto a tasty-looking morsel of meat. Of course, you're free to taste whenever. Don't you dare finish that sentence or I'll hit you right in your Madry charms. I poise my shoulder bag just to show him I mean business, and Kurt laughs, his hands raised, palms outward. Chill out, Grave. You'll ruin your face if you get all angry like that. He rises from his seat and slings his backpack over his shoulder before waving me off with a raise of his hand. I'm gonna jet now. Gotta get ready for team practice. Later, Grave. Yeah, bye. I don't even look at him as he leaves the classroom, leaving me all alone. Kurt is annoying, I can't deny that, but I think I kinda get how he ticks now. It was interesting to hear about him, if I'm going to tell the truth. However, he's still a pig. To think I was even going to offer to lend him my notes. And we're going to end it here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you want to see more, just click the cards at the top and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.